Hey, everybody, welcome to the Not Move Podcast NBA show, The Dribble. I am the Dollface Gremlin, and here next to me are two of the finest. We've got Tinez, our resident Cleveland Cavaliers coverage guy who is kicking it, and we also got the king of New York City, our New York Knicks aficionado, Bando. Tinez, Bando, how are you guys doing today?
Oh,
I'm
I'm doing
good.
great, man.
Doing very good.
Really happy to hear that. It's also good. Guys, we are bringing it back to the dribble. We're going to be coming back to you weekly now since we're getting close to the playoffs. You're going to catch us the same time on the Not Move podcast, 9 p.m.s on Fridays. You're going to have this rotating cast of me hosting with, like I said here, Tinez, Bando, Bags. Hopefully he'll be able to join us, and then hopefully we get some of our other Not Move members and some special guests. But Tinez, I want to kick it to you and go ahead and start off because I know that we had a specific returning player come back tonight that you want to go ahead and talk about.
Yes, I want to start off and talk about that Jason Tatum is now just now coming back after his Achilles injury. He is now currently playing for against the Dallas Mavericks. Not gonna lie, I love how he's doing right now. I think the efficiency with him, he's going right now 5 for 12. He's got about 9 rebounds, 5 assists. So actually 6 assists, excuse me, just got one earlier just now. So I think he's doing his thing. I think he's really just trying to be a leader just for the guys right now, just taking his time. I feel like it's really going to boil down to patience for him. And right now, I feel like this is something where it's going to lead to a lot of different doors, but also a lot of uncertainties for Boston because who knows how this will be, you know? Will Jason Tatum re-aggravate his injury? Will Jason Tatum be the same? Will Jason Tatum keep actually doing things how he's doing right now and change his style of play a little bit more? Right now, that's how it seems, but to me, I just feel like to me, the biggest thing is just take advantage of it. Take your time, take advantage of it because the biggest thing is that those little movements, those little tweaks, especially during a game, bro, anything can happen. Anything can happen on the court. So my biggest thing for him is just, hey, if you're 100%, then go on. But at the same time, you got to be mentally sharp on what you're doing too. That's my biggest thing for a guy like JT.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm glad you're bringing up the game right now because as we speak, we have 8:12 left in the fourth quarter with the Celtics leading 99-87 against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, given what Tinez just said, Bando, with Jason Tatum returning, what do you think are going to be maybe some of the problems that the Celtics experience with him being implemented back into the lineup?
Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna look of Tatum coming off an Achilles tear, especially coming off an Achilles tear. That's a serious injury. Some players don't come back the same player after that. That's a very serious injury. So I
Especially
don't know how they're
mentally
gonna
too.
play in the playoffs because he's now coming back in, and especially during playoff time. Me personally, I feel like they should have sat him for the rest of the season so he can have extra time to recover, come into the next season strong and healthy. So just throwing him out there.
I agree, Bando, 100%. And that's one of the things that to me is why I say patience. You know, when you look at a guy like JT, who is really viewed as the leader for the Celtics team, but at the same time, look at what the Celtics are doing without him, right? This is where, to me, I look at Boston and I ask, hey, if you guys are doing so good right now, why don't you give this kid some time? You know, let him play during the new season and then him getting a footing back with the team chemistry with his roster. I feel like Boston doing this move now, even though I understand that he may feel like he's physically 100%, but mentally you're on a crunch time now. You get what I'm saying? You're on now a clock where you got to start getting things rolling, or else things may not go all in your favor as the way you want them to. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, one thing I do want to bring up is obviously we've been seeing some things where Jalen Brown has been kind of leaking some little things in interviews. Of course, we're saying that, hey, I've always had this ability in me to lead the team, and we haven't really given me this chance before and stuff, which he's right. We're not going to slander Jalen Brown at all. But I do feel that like maybe this is going to be one of those meeting points potentially where this could either drive these two to become one of the top two duos in the league, right? Or maybe it starts to drive a wedge because there's no denying, in my opinion, it's when you have a Jason Tatum healthy, if he's healthy, he's a top five player in the league.
Yeah,
So
that could definitely be for certain.
yeah, but with you kicking it off here with the things about Jason Tatum, what are one thing I think you should touch upon, Tinez, if you can, is what is this going to do to open up the offense, hopefully, for the Celtics? Because I know a lot of people are, like myself, just talking about it here, concerned with how 30, high 20s, 30 point per game Jalen Brown right now at max efficiency in his career is going to be able to coincide and coexist with Tatum coming back and trying to force his way into lineup to be his normal self. How do you think they're going to be able to make this a dynamic offense and mesh
Well,
together?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it will ever be necessarily the same because, like Bando said before, it's gonna take a lot of time to really feel like he's his genuine self, right? Especially mentally. Yes, he may feel 100% physically, but a lot of the things right now are going to be much more mental, especially when you're starting to look at schemes, right? So, as you see, like for example, right now, yeah, Jalen Brown right now has got a 22. He's 8 for 15. But JT, he's actually helping JB by still having that 5 for 14, giving him that ease. Like, hey, you can give me the ball in the hands and I can still make a bucket. Yeah, maybe I might not be as effective as I was before, but I can still grab for a board, pass the ball, and move around and find open spaces for my teammates and my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a guy like Jalen Brown, who is actually trying to help floor raise a team like Boston. So honestly, if they keep doing that for JT, I feel like it's actually going to benefit people around the team as well. Guys like Derek White, guys like Jalen Brown, even Pitch, Pitchcard. How do you say his name? Pitchcard?
Payne Pritchard.
Pitchard. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name. Sorry, apologies. Those three, I feel like, are gonna really coexist into a guy like Jason Tatum, especially if he's gonna keep facilitating and moving this ball around. Because it doesn't always have to go to his hands. I feel like now it's where I think the team itself is trying to coexist more around taking their time around with Tatum. And I think that's what really matters. I don't think it's just going to have to go with Tatum doing this by himself because we see that with a lot with athletes where they want to deal with that by itself, and the next thing you know, what happens? They struggle, right? They get beaten down, they get broken down. This is where we're seeing Boston kind of not just Jalen Brown, but even everybody. I feel like trying to find their footing in together with him again. And I feel like it's going to take some time, but right now I see it slowly working. It's slowly working.
Yeah, I
But this
agree.
is one game, so
This
who
is one
knows?
game. And to transition into another team here that we're going to hand off to Bando, the Hornets are playing the Miami Heat right now. We have 5:48 left in the fourth quarter with the Heat winning 115-108. So the Hornets still have some time, obviously. And of course, with
Mm.
the Hornets, we have to talk about who's leading the big man, Con Knipple. But LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, 21 from Ball, 22 from Miller right now. 18 from Con Knipple. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about the Swarm. I'm all about this Hornets life now. As the team I've chosen, gonna ride with the ship. Bando. Hornets have just been awesome lately. Starting to see this young team come together. What do you think?
They are up and coming team. They a rising team. They on a 6 game win streak right now. Even though they down 115 when the wait 4 minutes left, there's still a lot of basketball left. They could win that game, but Lamelo Ball's balling out. Brandon Miller's balling out on both sides of the ball, on the offensive and defensive side. And Con Knipple is probably the most efficient scorer on that team.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of Knipple. I am glad that he is shining because when the draft came, I know Tinez, you were a fan of his as well.
hmm If
But
he honestly, my bad to interject.
no, go ahead,
I know
brother.
you heard me say my name, but for me, he's kind of one of those guys where he's just really good at the spot up. I mean, honestly, the way I see him play a lot of times more than not, I know this may sound a little funny because I did mention it before we started. He reminds me of like a Klay Thompson, someone that's really able to take his time to get the bucket, someone that can do a little bit of everything. He has the capability of doing all things, but I feel like where he really focuses on is his efficiency throughout the shot selection. He's a really good spot up shooter, I feel like. He's one of those that just really likes to take his time, especially with the three ball too. So to me, hey, if you got it, gang, keep going.
Yeah,
Take
to be
advantage.
fair, to give Khan some props, his effective field goal percentage right now is 61%. He's doing great. He's shooting 43 from 3 points. He already made
He's
uh
shooting
past the
55,
record.
50. Yeah,
Didn't he just pass the record for most 3 pointers made by a rookie?
I think
So
so. And he's shooting 50% from the field as a rookie and shooting 86% from the free throw.
yeah, he's really starting to impress even everybody. It's one thing for basketball guys like, you and Bando and Bags and people like myself that we notice, but wow, everybody's starting to take notice. And how can you not? When you see Nipple shooting 2 games ago, 8 for 12 from three. I mean, that's very efficient, very effective. But another player, Bando, that we should talk about, who is the face of the franchise, is LaMelo Ball, who has been playing very well of late and has looked like the team guy that everybody has been hoping for, hasn't he?
Um, LaMelo Ball, when he first came into the league, he struggled. He struggled his first few years with injuries and just horrible of the team. That franchise is dysfunctional. Now they're finding they're floating in the league with building around him, putting Brandon Miller around him, putting Conkanek around him, all of those guys. LaMelo Ball is going to be a problem in the years to come. He's going to be a problem in the league, especially his
Y-
playmaking.
Yeah,
That could be true.
recently, LaMelo Ball has only eclipsed in the last 5 games 20 points once, which is very unlike him, but his ball distribution and shooting percentages have been much better. Um, Is there anybody else, real quick, Bando, before we transition over to your team that you want to discuss on the Charlotte Hornets here?
No.
So here is Bando's favorite team. Everybody knows who he wants to root for. He's got the hat, he's got the background. The New York Knickerbockers from the city of New York. Bando, roll on it. They are third in the East right now, sitting at 40 and 23. They just lost, but Knicks have been playing better basketball. But look who that loss came to, Bando. So go ahead and
Yeah,
shoot off.
that
What are the
yeah,
Knicks gonna do here?
that I'm gonna be on that last game. It was Knicks versus refs. The officiating was horrible. They missed fouls on Brunson. They missed fouls on Cat. They missed fouls on OG. It was horrible. SGA is doing this. OG's in front of him, right? OG's in front of him. SGA's like this. Doesn't even touch him. OG doesn't touch him as a foul. What is this? Stop it. But the next we're good. We're gonna be good, especially with Deuce McBride out. He's gonna come back for the playoffs, and when Deuce McBride is that key piece on that bench, and Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, I don't even need to talk about it. Everybody knows what Brunson does in the playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You keep acting like SGA, even your dog is going to continue calling fouls on you over there, Bando. Uh, Tinez,
Speaking of
what
fouls,
about you with the New York Knicks? What's
I
your thoughts
mean,
on the Knicks lately, especially since we saw them in that last loss against the Thunder, 103 to 100 on Wednesday?
I mean, I've said this a few times before, more than not. I think they're a good team. Even though, don't get me wrong, I may make fun of my boy Bando a little bit for being a New York Knicks fan, especially how my Cavaliers put the to ass. But
Not in the
nah, they're a
playoffs.
good team. But nah, bro, you got a good team though. I like Jose, man. Honestly, he to me like I feel like your defense runs a lot through Jose. Like he is just one of those guys, like to me, where he's a pure lockdown. I don't know why people say that he's a gambler when he's all over the perimeter.
He's a
They even put him
pest.
sometimes on full court. They'll put him on half court sets. Sometimes he's guarding the best shooter. Sometimes he's just there for the inbound. He does a little bit of everything around the court. So I mean, honestly, man. I think low key, if y'all keep it up with him, I think he could be a really good 6 man, even probably eventually a starter along Brunson if y'all keep it up low key. Because he can, I think he's got it like that. I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds crazy, but he's a really not. He's one of those like really good natural defenders that I don't think many of us have seen for a guy like Jose's size.
Well, I think, we get into it. We're talking about the roster. So let's just ask Bando, Tinez, Bando, I want you to go ahead and hit it first. Is this roster good enough to get them to the finals? In my opinion, I think it is, especially in the East right now. I think it's a two-headed race in the East, Tinez, your Cavs being the one head, and Bando, your Knicks being the other. But Bando, is this roster good enough to get them to the finals and compete?
Yes. We have the pieces. We have the depth. Last year, everybody knows what happened last year. Thibodeau, terrorist, terrorist of a coach. But we'll make the finals. Especially we needed that defensive. We needed that defensive guard, point guard. We needed a defensive for that point guard position. Because I'm gonna be honest, Jalen Brunson's my favorite player, but he's a corner on defense. And Alvarado is a great picker for us, especially with that piece on defense. And we have Diawara, who we still don't know what type of player he is.
Yeah,
No, we
I gotta
did.
give it to you credit, Bando. Like your team is actually a really good playoff contending team. The only, like to me, I feel like is like the really only huge like I feel like really needs to happen. And I know me and you have talked about this probably before, man, but it's just Karl Anthony Towns and that rim
Oh, don't get me
protection, bro.
started.
It's just the rim protection sometimes, bro. And it's not that I'm like mad at you, like mad at Cat for it, but it's like because I know he's a great offensive engine, right? I know when he's at his best, he's a really good offensive engine.
Yeah.
But outside of Mitchell Robinson, it's like that rim protection, bro. It's not that good. I'm just being honest. It's really not that good. And I think that's one of the weaknesses they have. It's
Hey,
especially
catch a
something
lot.
that I feel like
Cat,
we really
Cat
attack.
7 foot. He's 7 foot for nothing. Let's be real. He's 7 foot for nothing. He got
Yeah,
all
I'm not
that
gonna lie.
height
Like I was
for
surprised that
nothing.
Jared Allen and E Mobley actually it was bad. No, I'm not gonna lie. He looked really bad defensively. Offensively, he tried his best, but defensively, oh God. So that's why it's
You,
like I don't know. I don't really
you,
see them
you,
going to the finals, but I definitely see them being a highly playoff contending team. Definitely a team that could definitely make it to the conference finals.
Tinez, you know how I feel about Cat. I don't like Cat. I don't like him.
I get it. I know. I know.
Well, with that, we'll move on to the next topic here, which is Tinez. You wanted to talk about the Pistons and what kind of pressure that they're under to continue their pace at being the number one seed with such a young team and a young group of guys that are just figuring out, really how to win since last year. They now have lost two, unfortunately, and also they lost a key piece in their team. Go ahead, Tinez. Tell us about the Pistons a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now, from the past couple weeks I've seen them, I mean, I think they're a really good team offensively. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like a lot of the things that do struggle is just sometimes a little bit of the key things defensively, especially around the perimeter. I mean, don't get me wrong, their rim protection is spot on. Jalen Duren, Thompson, absolutely great. But after losing it to a team like the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm not gonna lie, it did not like the Spurs game did not look pretty at all. Let me try to see if I can actually find that game real quick. But
It was
during
bad.
that game too, what was his name? First name was like Thompson. I'm pretty sure his first name is
A sore
Let's
Thompson.
sort.
Ashur Thompson. Thank you. I always get his name mixed up, but yeah, no, he like in the first 2 minutes of the game instantly got ankle injury, so that was one of the key pieces that really like took away a lot of their defensive construction, and especially in the rim protection, which really explained how good of a night the Spurs did with having Wemby 38 points, 12 for 24, 16 rebounds. He was
Four
everywhere.
blocks.
Hmm.
4 blocks.
Yep, 4 blocks as well. My bad. I didn't pull up the full stat. Yep, you're right. 5 blocks actually. Five.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
five
and and the
blocks.
funny thing about that game, he wasn't the only one to be throwing up those blocks. Carter Bryant had three,
Yep.
Castle one,
Going
Fox
behind.
one, Vassell one. And you're also looking at a major reason they shut the Pistons down the first and fourth
Yeah, they
quarter.
did. I'm not gonna lie. For us, like speaking as a Cavs fan, I think it was a little bit tougher for us, but I think that's just because we're much more of a slower offensive paced team. We really like taking our time with the ball, especially with James Harden now, who is really one of those guys where he loves to. I feel like right now he's really trying to pass first, so it makes sense why a lot of that pace is gonna really be much slower, but it's a little bit more efficient than how we've been before. So I'm glad about it. I think right now. It's just the Pistons just got to get back up, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You get two back-to-back really tough games, and you just couldn't get it done. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if they're gonna be. They might be able to stay. They might be able to solidify first, but I can't really full on say it right now if they're gonna keep playing the way they're playing, and especially if they're gonna have injuries on the side of those type of games that really matter. That is going to really be a problem and it's going to expose them once playoff time comes too.
Well,
Wait,
Tinez,
time
real
out, Tinez.
quick.
Time out, Tinez. Are y'all
Yeah.
seeing that?
Yeah, Tinez, your boy, supposedly there's a trade that Max Crosby is getting traded to the Ravens.
Oh wow! I ain't even.
Um,
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into
so
that.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Our man in the booth, JB of the Not Move podcast, the main man here, he has been providing us this information. But Max Crosby is with the Ravens now, and wow, gotta say, good addition for you, Tinez.
I am actually
It's,
glad he is one of my personal like favorite defensive linemen right now in the league. He's so electrifying, man. My gosh, definitely deserves it.
I mean, as a Steelers fan, that doesn't look good for me in the division, but hey, it is apparently okay. So we have two first rounds that you sent that way for Max Crosby. We'll touch upon this, I'm sure, on the football show, but 26th and 27th, two first round picks for this year and next year for Max Crosby. Real quick, Tinez, are those picks well spent?
I think so. I definitely think so, especially for a guy like Max Crosby, who's been a multi All Pro. I mean, we need another D line, especially after the injury from a guy like Matabike, who's been a very good interior, definitely good in the interior. Probably one of the, in my eyes, one of the best D tackles in the league. So having a guy like him, Mike Green, bro.
Just to be a first round exit. Continue.
Uh,
Bando, I hope you're Giants fan. I know you're not talking as a Giants fan, buddy. I know you're not. I'm playing.
well, we'll get off that disgusting topic of those disgusting birds that come from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Now back to the good stuff.
Rust Belt.
um, So, one last topic before we start breaking into some teams, because we do want to break into the top 10 teams real quick from each conference before we get into anything. And then we're going to end the show with some, early playoff predictions for the play ins and stuff. But, Bando, Jalen Brown, my friend, you have something that you would like to bring up about Jalen Brown that you were talking with us off air that I think Tinez and I would really like for you to go ahead. We're going to clear the floor. We're going to let the lane open up and let you go ahead and
I'm gonna
make it
break it down
happen.
like this. I'm gonna break it down like this. These Boston Celtic fans and other Jalen Brown fans think he's this great, right? He's this great of a player, right? So tell me why is it when Jalen Brown is off the court, the Celtics are plus 15, and why he's on the court they're plus 4? That's nasty. That's
I'm,
nasty.
I'm not going to lie. That is nasty.
That
That's
is nuts.
nasty.
Yikes.
And speaking of nasty, the Celtics closed out. They did win 120 to 100 against the Mavericks. Jason Tatum finishing with 15 points. He only made one more shot after the 12 points we initially talked about earlier today. And the leading scorer for Boston this game, of course, is the man who Bando is saying is nasty with a plus 20 with plus minus rating, 24 points, 9 of 17 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3. Jalen Brown leading the way for Boston. Um, I, Brando, I gotta ask. With him having already a Finals championship under his belt, Finals MVP, he's already got the championship. He's already shown, actually, not once but two different times that he can lead this Celtics team as a premier and lead dominant player without a top five player like Jason Tatum. What else in your eyes besides those some of those advanced metrics you're seeing is causing you to think that JB's just a little bit overrated?
He can't use his left hand. When you force him left, it's a turnover every time.
He
That's
fixed
basket.
that.
That's
He
that's that's
fixed that.
that's basketball 101. That's what you learn as a kid. If you're right-handed, they're gonna force. You're gonna learn as a kid. You're gonna use your. If you're right-handed, if you're a right-handed bowler, for dominant right hand, they're gonna tell you use your left hand as well. How come you in the league with no left hand? And when we played them in the second round, we forced them left. There was a bunch of turnovers.
Tinez, I gotta hear what you have to say about this. I can see you thinking over there and putting some thoughts together.
I just, I don't, I mean, like, mm, overrated's a very strong word in my opinion. Because I can understand what you're trying to say, Bando. Maybe they're seeking too high expectation.
Yeah, they are.
That could be for certain, and that could be for certain. But at the same time, you also have to look at for what he is doing, right? The way I see it, yes, okay. Do I feel like JB deserves a lot of the praise he's getting? Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, because I feel like he's a very impactful player for the team like Boston, who is actually right now he just floor raised an entire 55 plus games without their star player. So I mean, to me that speaks a little bit of fucking work. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it, right? There are some times where he can be a little insufficient, definitely have some bad games, right? And I get that. But at the end of the day, man, the man's one of the best two-way guards you'll probably see in the league. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I get it. He may not be the most efficient, but he's getting the job done with even trying to be a leader when there's times where he's not meant to be. So if he wants that praise for the little bit of time he's got until his brother can come back, hey, go ahead, step up. It's the next man up. That's how the sport works. It's a team sport. Someone goes down, the next man's got to step up. Somebody's got to hear a new voice. That's the way I guess I look at it. So I wouldn't say him being overrated is the case. Maybe a little bit high expectation. Yeah, that could be for certain. But then at the same time, you got to do what you got. So the way I see it for a team like Boston, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
No, I see that. I see that for sure. Boston, at least though, tonight they did show that hey, Tatum coming back, no problem. I do want to point out that during this game, Jalen Brown also led the team. He and Peyton Pritchard, 33 minutes. Peyton Pritchard with 34. So they are leaning heavily on Jalen Brown right now during this stretch. But now that Tatum is back, I'm sure we are going to see the subject to change. All right, guys. Of course, as always, we got to take a pause for the cause. So everybody sit tight. We're going to get some sponsors and ads out of the way, and we'll be coming right back at you talking about the top five teams from each conference.
The world's game has a new home. Tap into the Not Move podcast every Sunday night at 9 Eastern. It's the football edition, and I'm bringing you the El Uncle Max attack, everything World Cup, every angle, every goal. Breakdowns, laughs, and all the passion in the pitch. Stay locked, stay ready.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Not Move Podcast just dropped its latest merch, our NHL edition in the Wickets tee. Built on soft heathered cotton with that old school goalie stretching for the save, topped with the NMP patch and the rally cry in the Wickets. It's perfect for game day, for the watch party, or just repping the crew wherever you roll. Get yours now and join fans all.
Tap into the Not Move podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the scrap sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Oh, the Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft, too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's
Grab
gone.
yours now at Not Move Shop.
Think you know sports? Ride with the underdog. Get in on Pick'em or Best Ball. Make your moves and watch the games come alive. Play $5, get 100 instantly when you sign up with promo code Not Moved. Turn every drive, dunk, and homer into a payday. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and start winning.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tail.
Number Friday nights, 9 Eastern. It's the Dribble NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay not moved.
Today's episode.
All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us for some of the ads there. We appreciate you checking out all the cool stuff we got at Not Move. We got swag, we got podcasts, we got good personalities. So we are going to break into some conference talk here for the top 5 teams in each one. And I'm going to do a little bit differently. Let's start at the bottom, right? We'll work from number 5 up this time. So we'll go with Western Conference because you guys definitely have, and me, we all have our teams in the East, so we can break it down last. But the Western Conference sitting at number 5 and playing the New York Knicks tonight are the Denver Nuggets at 39-24. They are coming off of 2 wins right now, and they're right under the rock. It's very close. We'll start with you, Bando. I think the Nuggets are probably going to climb a little bit, just maybe into that 4th position. What do you think they're going to do here on out going into the playoffs?
What they're gonna do in the playoffs?
No, here going into if they're going to move up, they're going to stay pat.
They're gonna go up. They're gonna go up, but they're gonna lose tonight though.
Well, they are winning right now 27-23, but we are in first quarter action, so you may be right in the end. Tinez, Nuggets sitting at 5. What are you thinking?
I mean, right now, this is a team where I think Joker's taking the advantage, especially. I'm very impressed. I'm not going to lie to you. For Joker to really run an offense with an injured supporting cast he has this year, especially going in with a new coaching system. I'm not gonna lie, them sitting at 5 is very, very, very impressive, especially after having some injuries with Aaron Gordon. You had some injuries with Payne Watson, if I'm pretty sure, right? If I'm correct. So, I mean, 2 very good role players that in my eyes, I feel like Jokic definitely utilizes a lot on. But Jamal Murray, man, he's stepping up. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot what was the last game they faced. It was against, let me look here. It was Lakers. That game, Jamal Murray absolutely just hit it out the ballpark. I mean, let me just pull up some of the box scores here real quick. 28 points, 8 for 17, 5 for 9 for 3, 7 assists. So, I mean, yeah, he was doing his thing. Jokic had 28, 10 for 15, 8 free throws made, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. 9 turnovers though, so it was a very scrappy game. I'm not gonna lie to you, but honestly, I'm very impressed with the way they're both very stepping up, especially guys like Christian Braun, who he's been efficient. He's been playing a lot this year. I mean, right, even recently against the Lakers, he played like a whole 40 minutes. So I mean, they're getting at it. They're using their role players and they're doing their thing. Even old vets like Tim Hardaway too, who's still doing his thing from the 3 ball, 2 for 4, 4 for 7 from the field. So if they keep it up with if Jokic keeps it up with the role players he got, and if Jamal Murray can keep shooting like he's doing, hey, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impressed, very very impressed, especially with the lack of supporting cast they have right now.
So we have next number 4 position, the Rockets. They're sitting at 38-23, losers of 1, 6-4 in their last 10. Rockets are a tricky team to gauge right now, given some of the recent problems we've seen with clutch time scoring. Tinez, how do you think the Rockets are going to fare making this playoff push, sitting at the 4 seed right now?
I'm not gonna lie, I think this is gonna be where I'm not gonna lie, I do see them probably dropping to at least the 5th. I kind of see the Nuggets taking the advantage here and probably rising to at least the 4th, maybe 3rd seed, depending on how things go, to be honest. I mean, right now I feel like KD, I mean, he's been doing his best, but I just don't feel like he's really leading the team like he's supposed to. I mean, don't get me wrong, they got a lot of young talent out there. They've been trying to do their thing, but then when you go out and, for example, you face a team like Portland, who you're expected to win a game against a team like Portland Trailblazers, but right now it's like I feel like there's times where they stoop down to their standard, and it's like I'm not saying Portland's a bad team. I'm just saying with what KD's got and the young talent he has, should be a little bit better in my opinion, especially in the defensive side of things. Especially for a guy like Terry Eason, who's a very decent rim protector as well. I feel like they definitely need to start utilizing him more. Sengun hasn't really been doing the best. He's been in a slope, so there's some uncertainties, but who knows? They may open certain doors. Who knows?
Bando, we got the Rockets against the Trailblazers right now. Rockets winning 72-69 in the third quarter. How do you feel about the Rockets? Do you agree with Tinez that they're probably going to drop a little bit going into this playoff push?
Yeah, they're gonna drop. Me personally, I feel like the Rockets are mid and coming into this playoffs, they're probably gonna be a first round exit. If they keep playing the way how they're playing, they're gonna be a first round exit.
Yeah, I think this is still a young team. I think even with the addition of KD, might be a next year run rather than we're looking at a this year run. Number 3 in the West on the docket, Timberwolves sitting at 40-23. Winners of 5 in a row, 8-2 in the last 10. Looks like Anthony Edwards is doing the same thing he does at this time every year. He just starts to play better. We'll start with you, Bando. What do you think Timberwolves are looking like right now and how they're making their push?
Honestly, I haven't really been watching the Timberwolves, so I really can't speak on it. But they're on a push, but they're not gonna go far. This West is it's very strong. You're gonna have to go through the Spurs. You're gonna have to go through Jokic, and you're gonna have to go through OKC.
That's very true. Tinez, what do you think about the Timberwolves right now going into the playoffs?
I think they're actually I think they're a pretty decent team right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I do see what Bando's saying. Maybe they might not go the farthest, but I can see them honestly probably still staying in that maybe second round range. I mean, they're not the highest volume in scoring, so I get that. But their defense is very decent right now. And even then, I feel like Ant has just been more and more efficient year in, year out. I mean, I recently watched the Raptors game not too long ago. I mean, you saw Anthony Edwards going 8 for 12 through the field, 5 for 8 for 3, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 22 points. Saw Julius Randle actually step up, 5 for 11, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, though had 2 turnovers. So then I look at a guy like Rudy Gobert, who I know we don't like Rudy, but 18 points, 7 for 8, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, no turnovers.
Rudy had 18.
Yeah, I know.
He's still
I know.
okay.
I know. Hey, look, I get it. I get it. Some of us may not be moved by my boy Rudy Gobert, but hey, I got to give him credit where credit is due. And for him to do that against a team like the Raptors, not bad.
It's
Not bad. Not bad.
it's
I'm
the
not gonna lie. Hey,
it's the Raptors game.
I get it. I get it. But they're a good young team too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The Raptors are a good young team too, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We'll get into
No,
that.
yeah, no, yeah,
I don't know if it's your soft spot for the French or what with Gobert Tinez, but hey,
yeah.
it's okay. We don't fault you for it because I don't like Gobert. It's my personal taste, but I can't deny his defense,
Hey,
right? I can't
I'm not
deny his
gonna sit here and
defense.
tell you he's not overrated because I can understand why people say he is. But hey, if he's doing his job, you gotta give credit where credit is due, right, fellas?
I
I'm
agree.
just
I
saying.
do agree. And that brings us to the team you just uh, put in there, Tinez. The Spurs are second in the West right now, 45 and 17, winners of their last two, 9-1 the last 10 games. I think we do have some real competition in the West, don't we, Tinez?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am very, very with full content with San Antonio. And this team, I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds a little crazy. This is the team that could throw out OKC. I think they're looking like the best defense in the whole league right now as a team, especially with a guy like Victor Wembanyama who's just taking the advantage. It's just, dude, they're washing teams, bro. Like Detroit Pistons 121 to 106, 76ers 131 to 91, Brooklyn Nets 126 to 110, Raptors 110 107. Pistons again 114 103. This is just from February 23rd to now. They are steamrolling through these fucking teams. And it's crazy because when you look at what San Antonio has, especially with a De'Aaron Fox, who, yeah, people don't really see him as the best. I understand, there's a lot of times where he can fuck up more than not. But then I also look at Vassell and Castle, who are both actually been very stepping up very well, especially Castle, which honestly, for a guard, he's doing his thing. For them two, playing the one through the three, they're both really doing their thing, especially defensively wise around the perimeter. They're two probably one of my favorite guards when I'm looking at defense. I mean, they are just taking advantage straight up, and especially Wemby. Dear God, dude, he's just been a monster in the paint. I think I won't be surprised if he wins DPOY. I think he definitely is solidified for it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he is too. Bando Spurs. I like the Spurs. I'm going to go off a little bit after you, but what do you think about our boy Victor Wembanyama and this young team with him?
They could make a push. They could make, but my only thing is playoff experience. That matters. That
That's
matters.
true. That's true.
Playoff basketball is different from regular season basketball. It's a whole different ball game. More physical. It's way more physical basketball. But me personally, I feel like they could be OKC because let's be real. Let's be real. Every time Wemby goes up against OKC, he washes them and gives them belt to ass, and especially he gives belt to ass to Chet Holmgren. They've been rivalry since they were 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up real quick before we get to the last team, who is the Thunder, which we can use this as our segue into it. The Spurs have beat the Thunder 4 times out of 5 games this year. Only 2 of the games were close, really. The first game, which happened all the way back on December 13th, where the Spurs won 111 to 109. That was the closest game that we had out of all these games. The next closest was when the Spurs won 117 to 102. Well, actually, sorry, when the Spurs won 116 to 106, which was the last meeting February 4th. The Thunder have one win against the Spurs team way back on the 13th of January, 119 to 98. Even though they are the number one seed, Bando, they have a team that seems to be their kryptonite in the Spurs. So, Bando, what about the Thunder? Now we know what their kryptonite is. Do
Mid.
they even see their kryptonite in the playoffs? Is really what the
No.
question is.
No. Wemby's gonna step it up. And me personally, I feel like the Thunder are overrated at mid.
Yeah, the Thunder right now, I wouldn't go that far because obviously I know there are conversations about Shea being a foul merchant and all that noise, but they are winners of 4, 8-10 in their 8-2 in their last 10, sitting with a record of 49-15. Tinez, they are still the best in the NBA, still in the best in the West, but what do you think about what Bando thinks they are starting to become a team that people seem to believe can be beat?
I think they could be beaten definitely for sure, especially for a team like the Spurs. Do I think the Thunder will go far? Yeah, I definitely could see them in the Western Conference, though. If it's going to be against anybody, I won't be surprised if it's San Antonio. Just like Bando said, I think Victor and that Spurs team is going to make a push. I mean, like I said before, sometimes history repeats itself, and hey, they're the Spurs. Like I said, the Spurs are taking the advantage, and right now the Thunder, yeah, they're winning. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like once it comes to playoff time, and once you start really seeing where everybody's at, I think that's where Oklahoma City Thunder's really going to question themselves. Hey, are we really the best team, or are you going to get humbled? Because sometimes that can happen, right? It's very hard to win the second time. I think we all know that. You know, especially after winning a ring, it's very hard to repeat. I think
Exactly.
this is going to be one of those where I don't see them repeating. And it's not that they're not a good contending team. I just feel like that there is other teams right now, especially in the West, that really could make a push, especially if they're fully healthy. The
Mm-hmm.
Spurs, I think honestly, even the Nuggets could even make a push if they are all fully healthy. I really do. I think these two teams are really those three. I feel like are going to go the farthest, in my opinion, out of the Western Conference. So it's going to be a battle for Oklahoma. I'm not going to lie. Though I'm not going to sit here and say they're overrated. I still think they're a very good team, especially on the defensive side. Though Shea is definitely doing his thing in the offensive end. I'm not going to lie. Even though people say he's a foul merchant, but we've seen it from many Hall of Famers. I know we've seen it differently more times than not with Shea, but we've seen it from all kinds of different Hall of Famers. So at the end of the day, I feel like maybe something's got to change, or just call it. Just call it fair.
It's atrocious from Shea. It's atrocious. It makes my eyes hurt.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't I'm not going to blame Shea for the fouls being called against him. He's not the one going out there and telling them to call the fouls. He's not the one going out there and giving them money to call these fouls. He's not doing anything like that. It's the problem is ultimately the refs. I think we can all agree on that, really. Um, but we are going to move the Eastern Conference now because this is where the you guys and myself we have all of our favorite teams sitting in. Mine more so on the last topic, which is going to be play and talk. But let's start off with number 5 with the Raptors sitting at 35-27, losers of their last two in a bit on a downward trajectory as of late. They have been very even, 5-5. Tinez, what do you think about the Raptors right now at this moment in time?
I think they might probably go to a slight recessive, especially with the 76ers, especially getting up in pace, who are in the sixth seed, but they're looking very close too. But the Raptors, I feel like, are a very good team. I don't feel like they'll go far, but I feel like with the young supporting cast they have, especially with alongside a guy like Brandon Ingram, who, yeah, don't get me wrong, he may not be the highest high volume scorer, but hey, guy is right now giving you about 22, 4 and 6. So I mean, hey, if you can do what means to do, then shoot, get it done. I mean, he's shooting right now 47 from the field, almost 40% from three, 37 to be exact. So I mean, they're efficient all throughout. I mean, there's not a single one of them in the starting lineup that's not shooting from between 45, 50%. I mean, they're all between 50, 45, 47, even 69 from Patel. So, I mean, I think they're a good team. I just feel like like I said before, with the Western, I just feel like if these other teams just start coming up, we're gonna start seeing them probably go on a slight recessive. I feel like they're efficient. I feel like they're a very good team, but they are very slow tempo offense. They very much value a little bit more on their defensive side more than not.
How about you, Bando, with the Raptors? What are your feelings on them right now and how they currently sit?
They're at the 5th seed.
Right now, they're at the 5th seed overall. Yeah.
He's shocked.
Yeah, like Toronto at the 5th seed. That's kind of it's a little shocking to me. Me personally, I don't feel like they're a good team. I'm gonna be honest. They're not a good team. They're gonna drop off. I mean, personally, I feel like they're gonna be in the play-in. I'm not. These last few games, they're gonna lose.
Do you think they're gonna drop that far in the play-in?
They're gonna drop far a lot. They're gonna drop off.
I mean, I could see them maybe as low as the 6th seed, but 7, 8, really?
It could
I don't know
happen.
about that. It could happen, but
Well,
I just feel like they're very efficient.
yeah, and the team there's one team below them. Team who won tonight, and the Hornets and Heat and Magic are all playing better now. They're starting to play a little bit better. 76ers need to get out of this funk, but the Raptors being so average right now is hurting them severely with the Heat, Hornets, and Magic all starting to hit their stride. But the next team, number 4 here, comfortably sitting at the 4th seed, battling for the 3rd. We have the Cavaliers sitting at 39 and 24 with their last 10 going 7-3 and winners of their last 2. Bando, go ahead and get your negative thoughts about this garbage team out. Just complete trash team from a complete trash state. No, I'm kidding. Okay, Bando, get your thoughts out on this Cavaliers team that's sitting in the 4th seed.
First round exit. Listen. First round exit. 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 James Harden, Game 7. Game
That's
7.
harsh.
Game 7. Game 7.
Jesus.
That's all I'm gonna say. Watch y'all go to a Game 7. James Harden is gonna sell the shit out of y'all. Watch.
I don't agree. I personally don't agree. I'm sorry. Like, I get it, and look, I get it, right? And I've been saying this a lot of times. I mean, y'all can go to my TikTok. I be doing lives almost every day. I mean, it's just one of those things where, and I get it, right? We've seen this from past history from James Harden, where he is the high volume scorer more than not. And recently, he tried to be, especially without Donovan Mitchell. But the way I see them, if they really can be cohesive with the offense they have right now, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot more times than not where James Harden, if anything, he's really lowered his, to be honest, production as a scorer. And what I mean by that is that it's not that he's not doing anything adequately as a scorer. He's just not doing those attempts. He's more of the facilitator now. I'm seeing him utilize so much of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley to where I feel like the way that James Harden is seeing it is that our big man is going to take us as far as we can go. They are. I feel like, to me, I don't even feel like people are really harping so much on James Harden. I feel like a lot of the pressure is more on our big men, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, who are really more so the defensive anchors of the team. They're the protection of the land of our defense. And especially when you have a guy like James Harden, who's really going to be much more of the facilitator, once Donovan Mitchell comes back, you're really not going to see James Harden at this high volume level. I've even seen some games like recently, I forgot which game it was. I'm pretty sure it was either the Pistons or the Nets, where he only had like 9 attempts. It was something that I'd never seen before out of a James Harden. Ever. You would never hear a James Harden do something like that. Ever. So I feel like, honestly, if we can get our team healthy as is, and if we can stop doing these bullshit fucking fouls I see at Jalen Tyson by the end of the fucking 4 seconds of the Detroit Pistons. Excuse my language, but that genuinely got me so angry in that first matchup against the Pistons. I'm sorry. But Jalen Tyson, love you, my boy. You need to be held accountable for that, because I can't see you do that during playoff run. Anyways, though, outside of that, I feel like our team is doing great. I don't really have no complaints. We came back after the second matchup against the Pistons, and right now we got Boston. I mean, it's looking it's looking pretty nice. So I'm waiting to see what comes next. Honestly, we're just taking it one game at a time. I'm just counting my blessings because I really do see us going into the conference. I do. If our team is fully healthy, especially the way Sam Morril has been playing, the way Jalen Tyson has been playing, even though he does make a little bit of idiotic mistakes IQ wise, but I think everybody has just been playing cohesively and doing their thing. So it's just about patience and time. Time will
Yep.
tell.
It might be because the next team, we already see that they have plenty of patience and time. It's the New York Knicks sitting at the third seed,
Go
40,
New
Boo!
York, go
23,
New
and
York,
six
go.
and four in their last 10 with losing, but they're up on the
Tomato
Nuggets
throne!
right
Tomato
now.
throne!
Bando, why don't you kick it off the Knicks? I know you think they're going to probably increase, even though they're probably going to jump up a step, even though the Celtics and Pistons are above them. What do you see happening for this last stretch of the season for the Knicks?
This last stretch of the season is these last few games. Brunson Burner, Brunson Burner, Brunson's gonna come up. Everybody knows this. The last stretch of these games, Brunson shows up, and especially comes playoff time. This man don't miss. But we're not worried about the Celtics, and especially we're not worried about the Pistons. I'm not worried about the Pistons, a team that depends on one man on the offense. I'm not moved.
You're worried about us though, aren't you?
I'm not worried about y'all either.
Oh, are you? Oh, I don't know, man. Cause look, you be saying Brunson Burner. I didn't see that in Cleveland. I saw that in San Antonio. I'll give you, but I didn't see that in Cleveland. And I don't know. In Oklahoma, he did that, but that
When he's the only one there with OG Anunoby and Mitchell
I
Robinson
get it.
out,
I get it, but look, at the same time, when you asking the guy to be the guy, and especially against teams like that, where hey, we got like
we'll
a
see.
tough East matchup right now. We need you to win this fucking game.
We'll see in playoffs.
I get
We'll
it.
see
Yeah,
in
we definitely
playoffs.
will. We will. And it's gonna be a great matchup.
And
It
when we
is every
see y'all,
year.
we're gonna bust your ass.
I love
Straight
watching two
belt.
guys who underachieve talk. It's great.
Uh,
So-
it reminds me of me and you, Graham. It reminds me of me and you. Old
Nah, man,
times.
because at least with our other sports teams, we see championships. Bando did too, so we've all got championships elsewhere, just not in this realm right now. You've got one and we've got none. So Tinez is the king right now, Bando. In our lifetimes, Tinez has seen his team win a championship, so he's got one on us. Got to give it to him. But having said that, Tinez, I think the Knicks are going to stay pat at three. I think, if anything, they're going to increase to two with the Cavaliers trailing behind them. The number two team we're going to talk about now is the Celtics, 42-21. They just won tonight. Um, I'm not sure how to gauge this team. I can see them going either way. But Bando got some comments from our TikTok section, especially from one of our friends from No Man, saying, Bando, what was that about Tatum? Tatum will only get better, and the Celtics are going to be a problem. Go ahead and hit him back with some of that, Bando and Tinez. I'll let you go first, Bando. What do you think about those comments right there from our man Yukon?
I'm just gonna laugh at it. I'm just gonna laugh at it because I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to be that type of Nick fan. Comes playoffs, he makes one wrong move, one wrong step. Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Well,
And
hey,
I'm
listen,
not I'm not moved if that does happen and a Jalen Brown led Celtics team's gonna go far. I'm not moved. I'm not moved at all. He's gonna
listen.
fold.
I am all about starting the player haters ball against the Celtics and starting that hate, 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 hate chant. So Tinez, uh, what do you think about the Celtics? What do you think they're going to do? Right now, they're just sitting at two, right behind the Pistons, but it seems like they're mixing and matching with. But with a win tonight, they're going to get I don't know. It sounds like to me they might get their stuff back on track to be that number one team in the East. And I don't like that. I don't like seeing the Celtics being that top team again. What do you think?
I don't. That's the thing. I actually see them in a slight recessive, even though they look good right now. But here's what you have to understand: it's one game, right? I understand that we may be blessed for Boston fans, for sake, as far as Tatum coming back and seeing what he's doing right now, and then I understand that. But UConn, bro, at the same time, it's way too soon, bro. You don't know what's gonna happen once playoff time comes, and like I said, there's too many uncertainties with the Achilles tear like that, where it's more likely or not for a guy like JT. Even though I get it, he's been gone. He's been gone for like how long was he gone for? Like what,
He's been
6, 7 months?
He's been going since round 2 of the playoffs last year.
So yeah, about 7, 8 months. So I mean, usually that stuff, especially mentally, doesn't heal in 8 months. I promise you, none of those type of injuries. So I mean, I feel like when it comes to regular season goes, I don't see them in the second seed, honestly. I really don't. I could see, honestly, it could really go either way. They might stay the same, they might drop, but I don't see them going any higher. I don't see them going higher. If anything, they might hit a plateau or a recessive. Just with the fact that there's way too many uncertainties. Yeah, one thing's for sure, they're doing their thing with what they got, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen once the real competition hits. I mean, God bless Tatum's soul, but I don't know if we're going to see Tatum be Tatum by the time the first round of playoffs comes, fellas. I really don't think that's going to be the case, and that's the problem. Everybody's expecting that. These kind of injuries take time and patience. When you don't have that kind of time and patience, you are pressured. That goes for any athlete. You are pressured.
And it's a
You're
mental
expected
thing
to do
too.
more. Right, you're expected to do more. So this is where, like earlier in the beginning of the podcast, where I really questioned, like, why is Boston making this move if they're already doing good without him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm a little conflicted. I'm not gonna lie to you because it's like, yes, okay, we see so much from Jason Tatum, but at the same time, we're seeing a lot more from the team of what they already got. So I don't know. I feel like trying to crank the engine for Tatum is just give him the time to heal and go by the protocol. Once he's out of the protocol and we see him do these 30, 40-minute productions, and if stuff does happen, then we can have him accountable. But right now, let's not say he's gonna do better or worse, because at the end of the day, we really don't know what's gonna happen once he really starts playing those real live time minutes. That's the way I see it. It's too
Yeah,
early.
it is too early to tell. And we'll go ahead and brush up on this last topic, guys. We're going to go with who is in the play in positions. Of course, we're going to talk about the 7, 8, 9, 10 slots. We will do the West just like we did before. In the West, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have sitting at 7, the Suns, 8, Warriors, 9, the Clippers, and 10, the Trailblazers. I fully think that the Trailblazers might leapfrog the Clippers. What do you guys think as to get to that 9 position?
Hmm.
Because right now the Trailblazers are playing a lot better. Yeah, they've been
They
5-5
are.
in their last 10,
They are
but
playing a lot better. But at the same
but
time,
They
right
just,
now, I
they
feel like
just, they gotta
my
win these
bad,
last few
Bando.
games. They gotta win these last few games.
Yeah, yeah. They gotta beat the home stretch. That's the thing. I think really what it's gonna boil down to teams like Trailblazers and Clippers is they just gotta lock in the last stretch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Kawhi's been doing his thing, but we know how Kawhi can be sometimes, especially when it comes to his unavailability more
Hmm.
times than not. But hey, if he's given what he's got and if the Clippers are able to make the play in, I won't be surprised if they would.
I have a question. Do the Clippers still got Zubac? Cause they traded him away.
no, they traded Zubats to the
Yeah, that's a big
Pacers.
loss. That's a big
Yeah.
loss. That's a
Yeah,
big
I
loss.
think I think these two teams and the Clippers and Trailblazers, in my opinion, we can kind of just cast them aside right now because the real conversation lies around the Suns, Lakers, and Warriors. The Lakers, I think, are going to fall. I think the Suns are going to overtake them at that sixth position.
Wow.
Lakers seem to be in a weird position of one week they're happy, the next week they're not happy, whether it's Luca's upset with JJ, LeBron's upset with Luca, LeBron's upset with JJ's upset with the AR. This complete drama filled season once again from the boring Lakers, just constant drama from this franchise when it
You
just
know what it
absolutely
is. You know
doesn't
what it
need to
is.
be.
You know what it
I think
is.
I
It's a toxic relationship. When you in a relationship with a girl and it's mad toxic, you always fighting every day. It's like that. Literally.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, we could say that about the NBA with LeBron if we really want to get into that for this year, but yeah, the Lakers right now, they are in a toxic relationship, and I don't think it's a JJ Redick thing. I think, from what I see, I think he's a good coach. I think JJ Redick
Uh,
is a decent enough coach. I think he has a lot of turmoil on that team he's dealing with. He's dealing with two ego personalities, one who is clearly on his way out of the door, as they're already talking about where he's going to go next season, and this season isn't even finished. So there's just a lot of chaos with the Lakers,
there's
and
no
the Suns are
cohesion.
playing. The Suns are
Yeah.
gonna. I don't know. I think the Suns might leapfrog them.
I don't think they'll leapfrog them, but I can probably definitely I can maybe see maybe a flip flop or two. I don't maybe see a huge drop from LA, but I can definitely kind of see a flip flop if things do go in the Suns' favor. But I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I get it. The Lakers aren't really doing the best, but I don't even. Honestly, the blame most of it is not even on guys like Luca and Austin Reeves.
Danny,
When you
come on
talk,
now. Don't be doing that with Luca. Don't be giving this guy a pass for not playing
no,
defense.
Hold on.
Graham.
Time
We
out.
need to
Time
start.
out.
No, guys. We need to talk
No,
about DeAndre
no,
Ayton. We need to talk about DeAndre
no,
Ayton. We need to not
no.
talk about these two.
It's both parts. Hold on. It's Luca's. Luca's having his worst season statistically, shooting wise. Had one of the worst seasons. What's he shooting from the three? 32%, 34%. That's not Luca numbers.
Let me double
That
check.
is not Luca numbers. Luca has been shooting himself out of games
Luca
majority of
right
this
now
season.
for this year is shooting 35, basically
Yep.
almost 36 from the three. His 2 point percentage is great. It's
Yeah.
57, but
47 through the field. Yep.
the
36
efficiency
from three.
rating's great. It's 55. But what I it all comes down to, he's just a cone. He's a cone. And DeAndre Ayton, like to Tinez's point, we all said at the beginning of the year that we didn't like DeAndre Ayton, that signing. And he's just come to fruition with why we didn't like it. So Tinez, besides Luca not being very good on defense, DeAndre Ayton's not very good on defense. You have only really Rui Hachimura, Vanderbilt.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you,
Sometimes you
Graham.
get defense from Jackson Hayes when he's in.
I was just about to say that Jackson Hayes needs to start because DeAndre Ayton is not cutting it for me, bro.
Bro, gang,
This
you're
guy, hold
asking.
on. Let me go back real quick because I want to do something. I want to show you. I want to see where would. Can I pull up the Lakers schedule? Sorry, my computer's being absolutely silly. Where's the
What
full
game are you
box
looking for?
score? Oh, I'm looking for the Nuggets game. I'm trying to see what was
Jackson Hayes had 19
DeAndre
points.
Ayton. Here we go.
So
When you play 5 minutes and when you have a plus minus of fucking 13 in 5
that,
minutes,
clarify,
5 minutes.
clarify, Tinez, a minus 13 in 5 minutes. Yeah,
Yes,
a minus 13 in
my
five
bad. I
minutes.
said it wrong. Yes, a
So
minus
he
13
stepped
in
on the
five
court,
minutes.
tied his shoes, went and patted his players' hands and butts, and then he sat down on the bench and did that terrible of a job that he ended up a
And
minus
here's the thing,
13.
and then this is where I also get annoyed because then it's not even just DeAndre Ayton. I also look at the bipolarness I see out of LeBron James. I look I'm not taking any way away from LeBron. I get it. He's 40 years old, and I understand right now he's pretty much we're looking at like the last few years of his career for certainty, right? But a plus and minus -10 in 34 minutes, and you go for 7 for 11 and 8 assists. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. And people talking about Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
What the
I
fuck you
mean,
want a
LeBron's
40-year
He's
old man to
not
do?
doing. He is taking away the facilitating advantages that Luka could give you, and he's just wanting the ball for no impact. None.
I really well see you're saying a term of advantages that Luca can give you like he's doing any of that this year. You're talking
He
about a
hasn't
Luca
done
from a
nothing.
different
He
era.
could if LeBron could, get ahead of his ass.
Have we watched Luca this year? What has Luca done this year? That's so impressive.
No, but what I'm saying is we've seen him do it
No, no,
before
no.
though.
Answer the
Not
question.
on
Answer the
LA.
question. What has
Not
Luca
on LA.
done this season with
I
LA
get it.
that is so impressive?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this season. I'm saying we've seen him do it before as a whole. I'm not sitting here and saying that he's done it this season. What I'm sitting here and telling you is this: if LeBron can just let Luca do his thing instead of always trying to be in the front set of everything, I think things could go out a lot smoother.
All
That's just
right, but
me.
when LeBron was out with that injury for months, when Luca was playing, Luca was doing nothing.
I mean, to be honest with you, I actually heard Luca have a little bit much more praise, more than not actually. So I don't know where you're talking about. You might need to clarify more. Like break it down for me. Like, what do you mean by he's not doing anything?
As a team winning, they weren't winning as much. When LeBron came back, they were winning more games.
That could be true, and then that could be more so said than
You
more
could
because
look
of the
it
rim
up.
protection as well. A lot of the times when Luca was playing good, it was really he was just passing it to everybody, especially for a guy that needs a big.
Well, I'll say
And
this.
DeAndre ain't doing shit for that
Well, I'll
department.
say this. Luca with LeBron James as of this March 2026.
It's looking
He
pretty ass.
averages 28.1 points, 8.2 assists, 7.5 rebounds in their last 10 games, right? That's just the last 10 games. Now, to counter that, to speak to what Bando is saying, Luca without LeBron James in 12 games this season was 34.7 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. Though, yes, he is having some nice staggering offensive numbers. He's still, you're seeing games where he's minus 21, minus 31. Uh, so
And that could
yes,
partially
his
do with his
defense is
defense.
always a
Yeah.
problem. It seems like now Luca's defense, it's
Hmm.
been a problem for the last couple of years, with or without LeBron. You can see the defensive numbers don't change really. The
Yeah, they
offensive numbers
don't.
change.
Yeah, yeah, and that's always been how Luke has been. I'm not gonna take that away. That is true.
But so we think this is do we think that going into this play and as of right now, so I think that the Lakers could possibly fall and the Suns might leapfrog them. Tinez, you're thinking the Lakers are going to stay the same. And Bando, what do you think? You think they're going to fall from 6 and go to 7 or stay at 6?
So the Lakers,
Yeah.
they're gonna fall.
I
Not mad
agree.
at it.
I
I'm not
think
mad
one
at it.
spot. Yeah, I just think
Yeah,
one
I'm not
spot.
mad at it. I'm not mad at that. That could be for certain.
And then let's end it with the Eastern Conference, our favorite conference because of where our teams are. We have at the 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have the Heat 7, Magic 8, Hawks 9, Hornets 10. I think the Hornets might come up into the 9 position. I still think they're battling in a 9 or 10 game to end this season, just to see who's going to play the loser of the 7, 8 seed game. Now, what I think is going to be an interesting seeding is where it's really from 5 down to 8 is where things can change completely. We could see the Magic leapfrog and go up to 6. We could see the Raptors fall all the way down. This is an interesting area. 5 to 8 is Raptors, 76ers, Heat, and Magic. And that's really the teams right there that we're looking for in this last section of 7 and 8. Tinez, what do you think for these guys here out of 5, 6, 7, 8, Raptors, 76ers, Heat, and Magic? Do you think it's going to stay that way, or do you see someone changing positions here? Who do you think's going higher? Who do you think's going lower?
I see 76ers going higher, more so because of the fact that you really see that team molding. I mean, Tyrese is doing his thing. Edgecombe, that guy, he is just killing it. Grimes is killing it. I just need to see Joel. I mean, like, look, I understand people say this guy is a great player, but to me, availability is the best availability. If you're not there, it's like, brother, what are you impacting? Like, we're getting to the crunch time of playoffs, and you're still you're getting banged up this bad.
Man,
I just
he's a walking wheelchair. He's a walking wheelchair.
I didn't want to say that. I wanted to be a little
No,
nice, but
it's true. It's what it is. He's
it
a
is,
walking
it is,
wheelchair.
yes,
It's
it
oh
is.
my back, my back hurt. Oh, then it's my eye. Oh, then it's
My
my
leg.
shoulder. That is my leg. That is my knee. What's nothing?
Yeah,
When is there nothing wrong with you?
Yeah, plus
yeah.
they also have PED Paul George, who can't seem to
Hey,
get
who?
out of his own way
Don't.
anymore.
That's just, dude, it's so sad when you look at that too, because it's like this is the time where you need a two-way player like Paul George,
Yes.
especially who really could take a lot of the edge off of what Edgecombe is trying to do. And honestly, I think it would benefit a guy like Edgecombe who can make a bucket all throughout the field, but it's also, I'm not gonna lie, he ain't a bad defender either. Him and Grimes, I'm not gonna lie, them two, as far as on defense, they've been doing their thing too. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can see them maybe getting out of the play in, but I definitely see them right now. If we're looking currently in the regular season, I definitely see them ranking up higher, especially to that 5 spot. I won't be surprised. Now, if we're looking at 7 and 8, I think those will probably stay the same. If not, Orlando might drop a hair. I think if anybody's really going to take that 8 spot, it's actually going to be the Hornets. I think the Hornets right now. I mean, you got the background already there, Graham. I mean, it's no shocking. We all know what they've been doing. I mean, they're probably one of the few underdog teams right now in the league that low key they've been had no problem going up against teams like us, the Knicks, Detroit. They have no problem. They have none, and we've seen them beat those teams before. So I mean. Hey, if they want to take the advantage of it, I won't be surprised if they could. I won't be surprised if they definitely could at least make that top 8, and if they do, that's great for them, if anything, more or less. Because that's another team I won't be surprised that may also leave and actually make it to the playoffs as well.
Yeah,
I'm
one
not
team
gonna
I think
lie.
we're not. Go ahead, Bando, my bad, buddy.
I'm gonna be honest. The way how the Hornets are playing, this is a what if. This is a what if. I'm not saying if it's true or not. This is what I think. I think they're gonna be on a Miami Heat 2023 run.
I think the Heat are going to 5. I think they're going to jump the Sixers. I think they're going to jump the Raptors. Uh, the Heat are doing what they do this time of year every year when they're in the playoff mix. They're doing their thing. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They've won their
Telling
last
you, yeah.
4.
Yo,
Weird Heat team again.
it's weird that, yeah, these are one of those small teams where, I mean, don't get me wrong, they haven't faced the greatest competition, but I mean, shoot, they just earlier faced the Houston team,
Mm.
Hornets. I mean, even more
Well,
so, more than not, they've also had good performances against the 76ers, even though they lost, but it was still a great fight, 124, 117. So, I mean, yeah, no, they're really trying their best to actually make themselves definitely a contender as well. Do I think they will actually get up there? They could. But I got to see a little bit more out of them. I think what's really going to be the big test is one we're going to see recently on the 8th in the next 2 days going up against Detroit. I think that's going to be a test for them to be like, hey, you know, let's say if they may not win, are you keeping in competition with them, or are you just getting smoked out? That's the way I'm looking at it. So I want to see them start getting battle tested for me, the way I'm looking at it. Like, can you face a team and go up to par with a Detroit Piston? Can you go up to par with a Boston Celtics? Can you go up to par with a Denver Nuggets? I haven't seen that yet recently. So I don't know. Like, yes, they've been winning, but the teams they've been beating aren't also in the highest of standard either, besides those few teams I mentioned.
I'll push back against that. They beat the Rockets. They beat them 115-105. They're beat.
Mhm.
The Hawks gave them a game. Yes, they did lose to the Celtics, obviously. But I will say, when you have a coach like Spo at the head and you have some gritty guys with the heat like Norm Powell, who I like Norm Powell. I think very underrated guard. Not a lot of people like to give him his props because he's not a big name in a shooting guard position. But I like Norm Powell. He's pretty efficient shooting wise. And they've got other guys coming off the bench like Davion Mitchell. Jaime Jaquez too. I'm really impressed with this year. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what the Heat do. So before we get out of here, guys, are there any last remaining thoughts, Bando? Any remaining thoughts to carry us over into next week?
I'm gonna say this: Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
And how about you,
Ay.
Tinez?
Hey, look, man. The way I'm seeing it, I'm excited. I'm very excited. And honestly, the only thing I want to say is this: playoff time is coming, so we better get ready, because shit's gonna get real really fucking quick. It's gonna get real. And I think a lot of people are speaking too high of expectation on some teams. But that could be for certain. What do I know? At the end of the day, this is the Dribble, man.
Hey, and all I know, guys, we're going to run it out. We're going to let you view this wonderful ad to end off the show so that you can see all the great upcoming podcasts we got for Not Moved. We've got soccer coverage for the World Cup, World War Classic. We've got the Rusty Mitt with our old head Southgate figuring out the parlays for you. We've got Bando, Tinez working the dribble, son, making sure that this show is going to be great for everybody to come back to. You got me hosting this and In the Wickets. Thank you guys for coming with us. And hey, by the way, watch out for the swarm. Buzz, watch out for that swarm. We'll see you next week on the Dribble at 9 p.m., guys. Thanks for joining us again.
The world's game has a new home. Tap into the Not Move podcast every Sunday night at 9 Eastern. It's the football edition, and I'm bringing you the El Uncle Max attack, everything World Cup, every angle, every goal, breakdowns, laughs, and all the passion in the pitch. Stay locked, stay ready.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
If you're craving baseball talk that doesn't flinch, tap in with us Monday nights at 8 Eastern.
It's the Rusty Mitt MLB edition of the Not Move podcast. Breakdowns, debates, all the swings and misses without the fake fluff.
Join us live or catch the replay wherever you get your pods. Rusty Mitt, not moved. Stay not moved.
Not Move Podcast just dropped its latest merch, our NHL edition In the Wickets tee. Built on soft heathered cotton with that old school goalie stretching for the save, topped with the NMP patch and the rally cry In the Wickets. It's perfect for game day, for the watch party, or just repping the crew wherever you roll. Get yours now and join fans all.
Tap into the Not Move Podcast every Friday night at 8 Eastern.
We're bringing the scrap sheet, UFC edition.
Every jab, every takedown, every headline.
All the fights, all the drama, all the picks, right here.
Watch live on YouTube or listen anywhere you get your podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
And stay not moved.
Oh, the Orphan Elimination Chamber tee just dropped. Fresh out the box. Look at this.
That print is nasty. Chain link O, silver hit. It's tough.
It's soft, too, y'all. Fits right. Little drip for the Elimination Chamber weekend.
We rocking these all season.
If you're part of the Not Move fam, you already know.
Jump on it before it's
Grab
gone.
yours now at Not Move Shop.
Think you know sports? Ride with the underdog. Get in on Pick'em or Best Ball. Make your moves and watch the games come alive. Play $5, get 100 instantly when you sign up with promo code NOTMOVED. Turn every drive, dunk, and homer into a payday. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and start winning.
Need some new Not Move drip? The In the Wickets hoodie just dropped. Super soft fleece, heavyweight feel, and the official NMP patch on the sleeve. Tap add to cart, check out, and let us handle the rest. In a couple days, it shows up at your door, ready to rock. Rep the podcast from the couch to the tailgate.
Number Friday nights, 9 Eastern. It's the Dribble NBA edition on the Not Move podcast. We break down the week, the trades, the highlights, everything around the league. Tap in, chop it up with us, and get the takes that move the game forward. Stay Not Moved.
Today's episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by Walmart.com. With our storefront in the Walmart app, you can get everything you need, pick up or have it delivered.
We ordered dinner while recording and it showed up before we wrapped.
Better good sweet corn and burrata ravioli.
Nuri protein drinks, even St. Patrick's Day treats.
Walmart.com.
Today's episode of Not Moved is brought to you by Open Goal, the world's #1 backyard goal. If you love soccer but hate chasing balls into the neighbor's yard, this thing is a game changer. Its rebound net sends missed shots right back to you, and the side nets keep your landscaping and your windows safe. It's perfect for kids, for training, or just having fun.
Coming up with BetUS, the sports book that lets you wager anywhere in the country.
And we're giving you a massive edge. Use promo code NOTMOVE when you sign up and get a 100% match on your first 3 deposits.
Plus, there's a 200% crypto bonus up to $27.50. Football, hoops, baseball, soccer, it's all in play.
The actual Not Move, fam. Southgate edition just landed and it's fire. Check the tee, watch out for the skis and the wickets. Hockey stick, cricket wickets, all vibes. We got hoodies, mugs, caps, beanies, whatever you need. Cop yours before they
The Not Move podcast is fueled by W Energy. Smooth, jitter-free focus, and flavors that slap. Mango, berry, watermelon. Whatever gets you locked in, they've got it. Hit up W.GG, use promo code NOTMOVED, and snag 10% off your order. Stay not moved, stay energized.
Every Thursday night, the Not Move podcast drops a new episode of
In the Wickets,
our deep dive on everything around the NHL.
We break down the plays, the trades, the stats, and the stories that matter.
Plus a few hot takes along the way.
Join us live at 8 p.m. Eastern, or catch it on your favorite podcast app right after.
Same energy, same on it.
This episode of the Not Move podcast is brought to you by the MLB Shop. They have every team's gear, from classic caps to World Baseball Classic hoodies, all official and all ready for game day. Tap the link in our bio to head straight to the shop and snag your favorite merch.
Today's episode is brought to you by the NFL Pro Shop. If you want to rep your squad with fresh gear, this is where you get it.
Jerseys, hats, hoodies.
Even the sideline stuff. It's all there and it's all official. Hit the Not Move link in our bio. Gear up for
Tuesday nights just got louder. Ringside Rewind is live every week, 9 Eastern.
We're breaking down Raw, SmackDown, and everything leading into the weekend. If it happens between the ropes, we're talking about it.
Deep dives, hot takes, and a few surprise
And
replays.
a whole lot of arguing.
Yeah, but the good kind. Ringside Rewind.
Right here on TikTok, the Not Move podcast presents you Southgate's Parlays. Break the bookies, not your bank. For just $9.99 a day or $49.99 a week, you get the daily fire picks delivered straight to your phone and a direct line to Southgate himself in our private Discord. Tap the link, grab your membership at NotMoveShop.com.
Move Podcast has new merch. Watch out for the skies, Southgate edition, premium cotton, bold print. Support the movement. Stay not moved. Grab yours at NotMoveShop.fourthwall.com.
Basketball nights just got even bigger. With NMP and MyBookie, you can bet on every matchup, no matter where you live. Tap in, pick your spread, and watch the action unfold. Start wagering in every state with NMP and their sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Use promo code NOTMOVED for up to $125.
Morning bettors, welcome back to Angling the Odds on the Not Move podcast.
Every Monday and Friday, we tear into the lines, probabilities, and hidden edges across the boards.
We run the numbers, chart the trends, and find value plays so you can tilt the odds your way.
Live at 10:30 Eastern. Mark it, lock it, and join the conversation.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.